Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and this is my Dungeon Master review of Transformers 1. Uh, Warning, there are spoilers for Transformers 1 here. So I went and viewed this movie as a Dungeon Master, and I think there's some things we can learn as Dungeon Masters. And so let's go ahead and begin. So first of all, 5 out of 5-star movie. This is a movie for every Dungeon Master out there because it does a phenomenal job of showing how to tell a full, high impact story with action and pathos in under 2 hours. And that's our job. In every session, we should be telling a full, complete story, right? In under 2 hours. In each session, we should, and you're like, well, wait a second, Scott. If you follow Dungeons and Dragons Raw rules as written, you're never going to be able to do that. Well, first of all, you should not be running D&D Raw, right? Part of rules as written is page 4 of the Dungeon Master Guide that says the rules aren't in charge, you're in charge, right? And the reason that was put in there was Gary knew, just like the founding fathers knew that our Constitution was going to need to last for centuries. Gary knew that Dungeons and Dragons was going to need to last for centuries. And in the 80s, 4-hour sessions were the norm. And even, in Stranger Things, they actually showed, they actually showed a 10-hour game in 1983. But in today's society, 2-hour games should be the norm. So this is a spectacular. So first of all, this was a phenomenal movie. It was much better than I expected. And I had high expectations. I saw the trailer and I was like, oh my gosh, that animation is spectacular. I'm a Transformers fan. This has, and actually, I didn't even watch much of the trailers. I saw, Orion Pax and D16, Optimus Prime and Megatron in their youth. I was like, bet I'm sold, man. I don't need to see another minute of your trailer. You already got my ticket money. This is on like Donkey Kong. I will see you at the, at the party. Like this, you done sold me. It was really spectacular, and I was very excited about it. Right. So full on. I was very, I was just really excited to see the film. Right. So I went and saw it, and what really blew me away was they introduced Cybertron, which is the planet they live on. They might have called it Primus in this film, the planet itself, right? But it was led by these primes, these stellar, brave, noble Transformers, right? And it gives us, it's actually not a prequel, but like an origin story of literally the planet that the Transformers live on. And it's a story of betrayal. It's a story of redemption. It's a story of two friends. And it is the origin story of both Optimus Prime and Megatron, right? So Orion Pax becomes Optimus Prime, and D16 becomes Megatron. And Megatron's journey from just a regular miner who wanted to obey the protocols, mine some energon, go home and rest for an hour or two at the end of the day, and then start the day again the next day and mine his heart out, to where he's a rage-filled mega leader, right? Kind of like the leader we're about to get in November. Yeah. Whew, all right. But it is amazing how much the story contains. So it's a story of friendship. It's an origin story. And it is really spectacular. But what blew me away too was it perfectly blends a powerful, significant, logical story with humor. There's tons of laughs in it, thanks to Keegan-Michael Key. He does a spectacular job as Bumblebee, right? And he's called B in the film. He doesn't name himself Bumblebee, and he has a very funny nickname that he keeps trying to get people to say. It was funny, and then the action is spectacular. It is so good, And I think, when you think of a traditional Dungeons and Dragons game, this is what everybody's looking for. They want an action-packed action ride. They want the story to make sense. They want a beginning, a middle, and an end. And they want there to be something, they want some meat on the bone, and this is all of that. It is absolutely spectacular. I really, really liked it. I honestly I don't think you could make, oh, and by the way, this animated Transformers 1 is better than any live action Transformer that's ever been made, ever. Period, end of sentence. It is absolutely spectacular. I was absolutely blown away. And this serves as a pitch perfect pacing model, pathos model, adventure model, action model, violence model, right? Like it was very, like, the violence hit. It was right on point. It was very Die Hard level violence, right? Like just right where you want it to go, right? It was extremely good. And I really feel like this is a perfect, and then humor, right? And beginning, middle, end. It had every single thing that you need to do in every session of your Dungeons and Dragons campaign, of your Dungeons and Dragons season. Every episode of your season should be crafted like this film, right? And you get a 2-hour episode for each one of your episodes in your Dungeons and Dragons season should be 2 hours, and it should have every single element that is contained here, right? This is how it's done, right? If you are a dungeon master, get yourself to Transformers 1. It is absolutely spectacular. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you're a dungeon master, this is every dungeon master viewing. Get yourself to Transformers 1. In my humble opinion, it is necessary. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.